Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video, I'm going to give you 7 of my best pickups of the year 2022. Now, as with most years when you get older, they seem to go by quick, but I had to go back through my archives to see exactly the type of fragrances that I got this year and make sure that I choose the ones that I absolutely love that I picked up this year. Some of them I thought I bought last year, but when I went through, I may have gotten it in February or March or something like that. So these are 7 fragrances that I picked up that I love a lot. One thing that I will say, one rule that I made for myself is that these are fragrances that I did not spend full price for. So I did pick up some fragrances that I love that I did pay full price for. Those will not be on this list. Let's go ahead and get it going. The first fragrance I want to mention, these aren't in any particular order, just ones I'm grabbing, is from the house of Boclet, I believe. And this one is called Erotic. Now, Erotic, just like the rest of these fragrances, none of them are 2022 releases. Erotic, this one was released in 2018. This is benzoin, heliotrope, cardamom, castoreum, leather, civet, opopanax, and labdanum. Now, it's pretty much an amber fragrance. This one does have slight animalic touches to it. Now, when I went to the shop where I got this from, the whole line was 50% off. So I just was smelling them, looking at the notes, seeing which ones that that spoke to me. Generally, all of them on Fragrantica, for example, have really low scores, but this one I do love a lot. I put it on one of my animalics lists. If I were to have like a amber list or something like that, or a benzoin list, something like that, or a resinous list, I would definitely put this on here. This is one that is slept on. It's one that doesn't get a lot of love. Neither does any of the house, but like I say, on Fragrantica, they have a lot of low scores for whatever reason. So again, this is Erotic from Boclet. The next fragrance I want to mention is from the house of Paris Monte Carlo, and this one is called Ylang-ylang Nosy Bee. This one is the Extrait. This is a 50 ml. Originally, I thought it was a 30 ml. And when I smelled this one, I just fell in love with it from first sniff. I got a different floral one before, I think the osmanthus one. And that one I'm not really digging too much, but I love this one a lot. Ylang Nosy Bee. This one has fruits, pear, ylang-ylang, of course, rose and vanilla. And this is extremely long lasting because it's the Extrait. Apparently they smell quite similar to the Eau de Parfums. I did not smell them. They had some samples of the Eau de Parfums and some of the Extraits, the place where I got this super deal on, because these are quite expensive. They run about 300 American dollars, and I got this for maybe 100, something like that. So I got a crazy deal on it. And it's one of my favorite fragrances. It's very good. It's definitely a great floral fragrance if you're into ylang-ylang. So again, Ylang-ylang Nosy Bee from Paris Monte Carlo. The next fragrance I want to mention is from the house of Amouage. This is probably my favorite Amouage fragrance at this point, and I was like searching high and low, trying to get the Extrait version of it. I do have the Eau de Parfum, but when I was back in the States, I saw that one website, I think it was fragrance.net, they did get some Extraits in it, and I got a pretty good deal on it because they are quite expensive, and that is Jubilation 25 Women. The Extrait. This is a 50 ml bottle. It was released in 2008. This one has rose, lemon, tarragon, ylang-ylang, labdanum, frankincense, and myrrh. And this is just a exquisite, cheaper fruity type style scent. People on the Fragrantica website say that it smells like Diaghilev. I don't think it smells like Diaghilev. It has its own sort of spin on it. It has this, it has these sort of facets that remind you of Mitsuko and other quintessential type cheaper fragrances, specifically cheaper fruity fragrances. But this one, I believe, just stands on its own. It's definitely unique by itself, and I just really wanted to get this Extrait. I almost would have paid full price for it. That's how much I wanted to get in my collection. Luckily, I was able to get it for about half of the price, a little bit more. So Jubilation 25, I can't praise this one enough, the Extrait version. Next up, from the house of Bulgari, this is one of the elite incense fragrances that I picked up recently. This is again from the house of Bulgari, and this one is called Kobraa. I mentioned it in my previous incense-based video. I believe this might have been number 2 or number 3. It's just a very elegant, simple, linear incense-based fragrance. This one is considered an amber fougere. It was released in 2020. It only lists 2 notes: geranium, frankincense, and oud. When you smell it, it sort of has like a rose incense type of vibe, but it's more incense than anything, and it's almost effervescent to a point. I really love it a lot. I was so happy I was able to find a tester bottle of it, because rumor has it is that Kobraa is discontinued. I know it's sold out everywhere here, at least in the big retailers. So again, Bulgari Cobra. The next 2 I'm going to mention are from the same house, and that is from the house of Dusita. The first one I want to mention is Oudh Infini. This was one I definitely did not think that I would have in my collection, just because of the price of it. And I was able to get a deal on it. I was able to get 50% off. I'm upset that the spot that I got it from, they no longer carry the house at all. So no one carries this house at all in Kuwait. This one was released in 2016. It has Oud, Rose de Mai, Orange Blossom, Sandalwood, Benzoin, and Civet. And this is a very animalic, semi-sweet oud scent. It has that civet in it. Me, I'm so used to animalics now that it's not as extreme to me as it might be to some people. That's why it has sort of like this low rating on it. But I believe this is one of the best strong animalic oud-based fragrances that on the market. Again, this one is supposed to be discontinued. I know that one for sure, because on Dusita's Instagram page, they posted about the discontinuation of it because of the limited availability of the raw materials that go into this one. So if you like strong oud animalic scents, either one of the 2 or both, you should definitely try to pick up on a bottle. I don't know what they'll be going for. I got my deal, so let's go ahead and keep it going. The next one from the house of Dusita that I do want to mention is my favorite fragrance from the house in general. I really was interested in like looking at the extraits. I did try all of them before they unfortunately went away. This is the only other one that had spoke to me, but I was sort of half and half about it when I first smelled it, and that is Issara. Issara, this one was released in 2016. It's considered an aromatic fougere. Some of the notes on it are sage, pine needles, tobacco, Coumarin, and Oakmoss. Now this one is just a lovely scent. It's not beast mode, but it gives you a really good projection. It's something that is just another type of very classy type of scent. I'm not really big into fougères like that. There are a couple that I like, but there's so many different categories of fragrances, and then the lines get blurred that some don't stay in certain boxes. But this one is just one fragrance that I didn't think that I would need in my collection, but this is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. It's definitely one of my favorite pickups this year, and it is my favorite one from the house. That's Issara. This and Oudh Infini again are Extrait de Parfums. The last fragrance that I want to mention that I did pick up this year, I got it right before I was to travel. I did have the 100 ml bottle, but I sold it to make way for this bottle. It's an Armani Privé, and this one is Myrrhe Impériale. This is the 250 ml bottle. So when I saw this, Myrrhe Impériale is discontinued, and I'm sure it's very hard to find in like Western countries like the US and the UK, for example. But here it's pretty readily available, the 100 ml, but the 250 ml is one that I knew I'd probably never come across again. And I love the fragrance so much. It's one of my like first loves as far as fragrances that I paid full price for the original 100 ml. This one, I did get a little bit of a deal on it. If I go back to what I paid and how much they say it was going for at Selfridges, for example. Myrrhe Impériale was released in 2013. It's considered an amber spicy. It has saffron, pink pepper, myrrh, and benzoin. And this one is a resinous, sweet, idealized version of myrrh. I really love this scent. It is a newer formulation, not formulation, it is a newer batch or whatever you want to call it than the 100 ml that I had. But the smell is the same. I've only worn it a couple of times, but I was happy to pick it up. I hope it just performs the same. I never even wore the other Myrrhe Impériale too much, just because when I really like something, I didn't want to just wear it too much and just wear it out and get tired of it. But I have enough for me to last. And so that's pretty much it, guys. These are the 7 fragrances that are my best pickups of 2022. What did you pick up this year that are some of your favorite pickups? Were there any of them blind buys? I don't think anything here was a blind, well, Ylang-ylang maybe was a blind buy, I can't remember, because it was just such a good deal. But everything I tested, I had, as far as the Extrait, Amouage, I have the Eau de Parfum. I didn't smell the Extrait, but they smell exactly the same, except the Extrait is, of course, stronger. It's my scent of the day, and it just gives you this nice scent bubble. It's basically beast mode in comparison to other fragrances that I picked up this year. So just let me know in the comments what you picked up. Have you tried any of these? Just let me know. I want to send a shout out to everybody that has supported my channel, also the new subscribers. I'm very close to 1,000, so I really appreciate it. I've had this channel for I want to say it's been almost 2 years, it seems like. I don't know, I can't keep up with time in my old age. So please just like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.